All right, you guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we should be starting up our Mazdaspeed3. This build has come to fruition over the last year and a half of what we've wanted to do with it, the direction we've decided to go, and how we wanted to really hone in on the quality of what we're doing. We finally got our power steering stuff back from Armor coatings. They've been huge in all of our powder coating for these parts. So we have the power steering, coolant reservoir, everything else is on, intake's ready to go, 51R battery tray's ready. We do have a few issues that we'll go over later, but for now, we're gonna try and get this thing started, see what we can do, prime the fuel system, and get our map uploaded from PD Tuning. Let's give it a shot. All right, so before we get to starting the car, our newest employee, Jonah, is terrified of spiders, just like me. If you've been watching this build series, you know that this car has been infested with spiders, basically. I think we got most of them, but we did find one in the front cowl, so we went ahead and put it up in the window visor. We're gonna prank him just a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't damage the car getting out and running. All right, you guys, so before we get started, we need to upload the tune onto the access port. After we have that loaded, we're gonna go ahead, prime it a few times, crank it, hopefully it starts. Oh no, the access port's not turning on. Close call. Close call. For those of you guys who don't know, this is Jonah. He's our newest tech. He is young, dumb, and ready to work on cars. So here we go. Base map's gonna get uploaded. And here shortly, hopefully, we hear this thing purr. Be right back.
One eternity later.
Oh my God, bro, this is taking forever. We're getting there.
It takes forever in these monsters.
It does. It's not like the Focuses. They're not as fun. The battery probably is gonna die. No, it'll be fine. We'll be all right. What are you doing?
I was just looking at the watt box.
You're just
honestly
admiring the blue light?
Yeah, I've never seen one, man. I was just looking.
Oh, will you grab me the braking instructions from up here?
Yeah. Up here?
Yeah.
Nah, that's not even funny.
What is that?
Not even funny. Not even funny. I don't like it. Hit that No.
No. Oh, I'm surprised it took you so long.
I dare sit back down, bro.
Yeah, you're good. I'm surprised you're not out of the car yet. I was like, he's gonna slam the door on the lift.
Nah, I was careful.
Oh,
Dude, give me some pliers or something. Let me get the out of here.
Where did it go?
Dude, grab me some pliers, bro. I'm out of here.
Dude, it's dead.
I don't even care, bro.
Oh, God.
God damn.
Oh.
That scared me, dude. I went to grab it too, and I just
Look at that. It was just enough time for the map to finish flashing.
Oh.
Good times.
My heart is pounding. Oh my. Give me a heart attack.
Oh.
Dude, I thought he was gonna flake it on me.
Team meeting. Jonah's out.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Since when?
No scared spider, guys.
I don't know, man.
As you got one sitting in the drive. We're both out, dog. All right. Well, we are officially ready to start this thing. So here goes nothing. Priming the fuel currently. And start. Oh. Okay. It's broken. It's not start.
What'd you do, Nick?
Technically, for being completely honest, Tyler built the car. All right, let's try it now. Okay. There we go. Turn like a kid. Tyler's not even excited about this. It's like we've already started it or something. It's crazy. Might be smart for us to actually see how it's running. Look at that. Spot on. Will's got it. Spot on. We have some adjustments that we might need to make.
All right, break it in.
Good times. Break it in.
Break it in.
It's less happy.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. It's readjusting. Dope. Well, in case you guys don't know, our last car, we literally just strapped on the dyno and sent it. We are going to break in the cams on this one. Obviously, that's not the right way to do it there. We need about 15 minutes of runtime at about 4,000 RPM, just chilling. So we're going to get that done, but first start was a success. So from here, we're going to handle that in the background scenes. However, let's go over some of the parts now that the car is actually fully assembled and running. First thing we're going to do is put the car up in the air. All right, you guys, so obviously with this car, we want it to be a street car. We are super happy that it started, but we do have some issues that we have to go over, address, fix, and modify. First thing is gonna be obviously our bracketing here for this oil cooler. We need to get this relocated back behind. This is just a temporary location just so we can make sure that we have everything we need for the kit to install properly. When you're running a front mount, especially a large front mount like this with our crash bar, the best bet's gonna still be to mount it behind, but we're probably gonna need to make some custom bracket mounting to get that to work. Not a huge issue, we could run the car like this just fine. We just don't want this to be banging around into our treadstone intercooler. While we're on the topic of cooling, the biggest aesthetic of this build for us was we didn't want any intercooler piping up top. With our manifold, the heat that's up there, everything going on in that area, we wanted to run an under route intercooler piping. So what we did, we sent the car off to Fab, as you guys know from 2 or 3 videos ago, and we had custom under route piping kits made. Now this piping kit is gonna come off, it wraps just right around this half shaft, intermediate shaft here, and then around the oil pan, right above these oil cooler lines, and then up and into our TR1035. All of these parts are going to be available for purchase. You can already buy this crash bar and intercooler in a kit from us. So we're working on the piping kit as well. There are a few changes we want to make to the piping kit. The blow-off valve location, I think we would prefer to have it up top. Again, the aesthetic is really nice, but for those that are still wanting to run a recirculated intake, we'll probably find a way to get it into a location where you guys can do so. On this setup, we have the Turbo XS RFL, which means really loud. We are super excited to run it. Never ran it before, never heard it, so we're gonna see how that goes. The issue that we're running into right now is we have extensive pressure on our clutch. We don't know if it's from a bent fork. We don't know if it is an issue inside the clutch system, so we are gonna go through, tear out the trans, look at everything, replace everything just while we're in there, make sure that we're using brand new OEM quality parts. And then we did go ahead and swap over to the IS300 slave cylinder. Well, why did we do that? Quite frankly, we went through 3 slave cylinders before this car even was ready to run from the excessive clutch pressure that sometimes we see with ACT clutches on Mazdaspeed3s. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now in terms of issues. The only thing left that we need to address is going to be our tires are too big. They're hitting on the coilover. So to remedy that, we're gonna run a small spacer, which we already have on the car. We wanted to make sure it would clear, as well as these ARP extended lug studs. We do have those available as well for those who are wanting to run a setup like this. Overall, you know, this build has been something that has been a lot of blood, sweat, no tears yet as the car started. Should have been happy tears, but.
You almost cried when you seen that spider right
I did. Okay, yeah, I'm going tears because I had the heebie-jeebies for at least 3 weeks after those Black Widows. But, quick highlight, let's go into the bottom of the car. This week's spotlight is going to be on TB Performance. So we are running their front traction bar. TB Performance makes a whole line of under chassis bracing for this car, from a front traction bar to a rear brace, all the way back to a rear traction bar. Now on the Gen 2 Mazdaspeed3, they actually make a full gusset that mounts all the way across. It's a really high quality piece and really helps with that chassis stabilization. On the Gen 1, it does not fit. So if you're looking for it, if you have a Gen 2, grab one. If you have a Gen 1, you'll want the front traction bar. Back here, like I said, we have our mid-chassis brace. This is a really high quality unit. It's gonna help with rigidity. When we're on the track, when we're taking this car through the twisties, we're gonna really be able to keep it planted, especially on these R888s from Toyo. Rear traction bar, Same thing. This is just really helping with chassis rigidity, making sure that we're able to handle anything that we need to handle while we have this car out and about. We did sway bars, rear tow arms, basically everything in the TB Performance catalog is on this car. So if you are looking for any chassis bracing, trunk bracing, etc., hit us up. We are a TB authorized dealer and we'd be happy to get you guys set up with this amazing quality parts. On to the front. As you guys know, we are running our Graveyard Performance coilovers. We are going to be swapping those out with Fortune Auto 510 coilovers. These are going to be a monotube design, digressive piston, really high quality. Honestly, in my opinion, probably the best quality coilover on the market. We did upgrade to the 510s with the Heim joint upgrade. Everything that we could do, we did it because we want this car to really perform, and we also want to make sure that we are giving you guys appropriate feedback and data when you're going from a cheaper quality coilover to some of the highest quality coilovers that you can get for this car. So overall, this car is just about ready to boogie. Trans is gonna come out, so it's not gonna hit the roads quite yet. As soon as it does, we're gonna have some fun, and definitely we'll be making some jam. All right, now that we've gone over the bottom of the car, I wanna give you guys a brief rundown on what we have done to it, give you a quick mod list so that way you guys can see what parts we're using, why we're using them, and how they're gonna benefit you. To start, we have our entire catalog of the Graveyard Performance products. We have our power steering and coolant reservoir over here, powdered in city lights. That gives a really nice like rainbow hue to it. We also have our 4-inch Gravedigger intake that is also powder coated in city lights. We also have our 51R battery tray. That battery tray is going to be good for those who are wanting to run a 4-inch intake, give themselves that space, but they don't want to remove and relocate their battery to the trunk. We also have our Graveyard Performance tubular manifold. This is going to help with ease of install when it comes to accessing the form nuts that connect the manifold to the turbo. It is also going to make it a lot easier for you to access your downpipe and O2 sensors. The biggest thing is we do still need to make some adjustments for the top mount piping. We made this with the bottom mount, so our manifold will be slightly different than the product that is going to hit the market, but overall the collector is going to stay the same, that ease of install will be the same, and the performance will still be the same. Moving on to our sponsors, JMF. We are running the newest JMF V2 billet manifold. Now this manifold was made in mind with having the best dissipation of heat, the best flow, even flow, and it is a modular setup. What that means is that there is an option for you to either go straight down the bottom for those that are wanting to run it in a Focus ST style or in the factory throttle body position. With our custom intercooler piping, this is going to make it a pretty straightforward install for those who have gone to a JMF, probably the better route to go. They did move up to a -10 unit. Now with this -10 fuel rail, it is going to allow more fuel to be in that rail at any given time, but it will also allow you to really hone in on that performance and not worry about your fuel issues. We are running our returnless fuel line kit. This returnless fuel line kit is good for up to 690 horsepower. That is what it's been tested at on a Precision 6062. Chances are we'll probably toss a Precision on this car as well. As far as the powder coat goes, I have no idea. We dropped it off and I literally said I want some type of bronze color that is awesome in the sun, and this is what we got back. I don't know what color it is. I don't know what we have on it. It was just given to us, and quite frankly, I love it. We also did our timing cover in that as well. We do have the Damon Motorsports mount set. We have their water outlet kit. We have their oil cooler kit. We also have Damon's PCV plate as well as their dual catch can setup running on this car. Again, this is going to be for those who are really wanting to make sure you're not having any crazy blow by and the stuff that is getting back into your engine is clean and healthy. Now, as far as the turbocharger setup, we do have a BNR S4 on this car paired to a Turbo XS downpipe. We do have actually factory Mazdaspeed performance exhaust on it. It sounds really good. I wanted to do an HKS, but after hearing this thing, I'm starting to question that. So we'll probably keep the exhaust setup it has on it right now, get through everything. This car will see some changes throughout its life, including the coilovers, which, like we said earlier, Fortune has sponsored us, so we're super excited to run those and see how those perform for us. Moving on, we do have our crash bar. This is our Gen 1. We do provide one for a Gen 2 Mazdaspeed3 as well. We do have a TR1035 routed to this. It's going to help with cooling, obviously, and it is rated up to 666 horsepower, which not only is a cool number, but it'll help us stay in our goal no matter what. Now, while we're on the topic of motor mounts, I do have something in my back pocket for you guys, since you guys have been wanting a giveaway. So I've decided, and yes, it's literally in my back pocket, we're gonna be giving away a Mazdaspeed3 or Focus ST rear motor mount for your car. If you already have one of these, you can opt in for a Draggy GPS unit, and we'll give one of those to one of our followers as well. So make sure you guys are liked and subscribed, so that way you can be entered to win. Helps if you're also liking and subscribing to our Instagram. But we're gonna be giving away this solid billet Damon Motorsports rear motor mount. We're super excited to be paired up with Damon. They've been an awesome support with us for over 10 years now. It's been nothing but quality. Their customer service is amazing. And of course, we sell their products, so you know you're getting the best of the best. We're gonna get this car torn apart again, so that way we can get it moving and hopefully get this thing on the road. And then there will be a part 7 or 6 of this series where we actually have this thing getting some data logs, tuning, strapping it on a dyno, and then hitting the track. So stay tuned for that on our next episode. Really appreciate you guys watching. Again, like, subscribe, and let's go win a Damon Motorsports for motor mount.
So were you cheeking that, like keistered? How was that?
Oh yeah, no, it was in the crack. It was keistered. So whoever gets it, they can sniff it.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It's gonna go crazy. Yeah,
Especially
that'd be a good time.
ripping them all day, right?
Ripping them all day, dude. Almost pooped myself twice.